The spectacular 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai has just concluded. Krillin arrives at the tournament arena just briefly after the tournament. He just came to pick up something he accidentally left behind. However, Krillin never gets to fulfill this objective. Goku comes to check up on Krillin only to realize that his best friend's life had perished. Filled with anger that he has never felt before, Goku goes to seek revenge. With Yajirobe's help, he manages to defeat Demon King Piccolo's minion Tambourine. However, Demon King Piccolo was an opponent who was far above Kid Goku's pay grade. Goku's advances are all effortlessly repelled by Demon King Piccolo. Demon King Piccolo doesn't let up as he brutally beats Goku senseless. As Goku falls to the ground, finally unconscious, his heart seemingly stops. However, Demon King Piccolo doesn't leave anything to chance as he obliterates Goku with a ki blast, leaving nothing behind but ashes. Goku's life has been forfeited, unlike the original canon of events, where he survived just by the skin of his teeth. How will this affect the events to come? Well, these are questions we'll answer today on Dragon Ball. In the other world, King Yama looks at Goku's soul as he ponders. Keeping your body in the afterlife was a privilege only given to those who had performed miraculous and heroic deeds. Kid Goku up to this point honestly hadn't done too much. Yes, he was pure of heart, but that wasn't even one of the many criterias. Yes, he stopped the Red Ribbon Army, but he did so by mercilessly slaughtering all the Red Ribbon Army soldiers. King Yama decides to send Goku's soul to heaven, not allowing Goku to keep his body. Just like that, Goku's life ends. No repeats, no second chances. Of course, there are the Dragon Balls. However, Demon King Piccolo completely erases any chances of that happening. First, he wishes for his youth and then kills Shenron immediately. All hope seems to be lost as even the great mutant Roshi fails the Mafuba technique as he falls to the ground seemingly dead as well. Now, only Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha and Yajirobe are left to counter Demon King Piccolo. Yajirobe, like in canon, doesn't do much and instead chooses to cower away. As usual, Tien and Chaozu would confront Demon King Piccolo, this time around with Yamcha at their side as well, unlike canon, where Yamcha is nowhere to be seen. Unfortunately, even the likes of Drum completely overwhelms and destroys all three fighters. Tien, Chaozu and Yamcha eventually all succumb to Demon King Piccolo's might. Demon King Piccolo lays his claim on the world, with no one on earth left to oppose him. Under Demon King Piccolo's rule, everyone's way of life changes drastically, and not for the better. Demon King Piccolo sets his children everywhere around Earth as they oppress the various humans and creatures present. Kami stands upon Kami's lookout, looking down in shame. This disastrous outcome was wholly his fault. That was his woe, and he wouldn't allow anyone to suffer any longer. It was up to him to resolve the issue of Demon King Piccolo. Sensing Demon King Piccolo's power, Kami knew that he wouldn't be able to match him. Demon King Piccolo had outmaneuvered him, but no longer. Kami nods at a crying Popo as he lowers his power level as much as possible, allowing Popo to end him with a single punch. Kami drops to the ground as he passes away. Demon King Piccolo suddenly feels a weird sensation as his body starts to disappear. Demon King Piccolo yells in indignation. That old fart had actually done it. Demon King Piccolo never knew that Kami had the guts to do something like this. However, before he knew it, he was also gone. Witnessing Demon King Piccolo's demise, the entire human race celebrated. This day, the March of 18th, will be remembered as a dark and horrifying event for many years to come. Unfortunately, these days of peace would not last very long either. Everyone's feelings of happiness and relief will unfortunately only be very brief. However, there is one particular person who is immensely dissatisfied. He wasn't ever afraid of Demon King Piccolo. No, Demon King Piccolo was nothing more but research data to him. This person had been inhabiting the mountainous areas and was biding his time. However, his opportunity of revenge was stolen from right under his nose. He clenches his fist and smashes his desk in anger. Dr. Gero looks back up, forcing himself to remain calm and composed. Yes, Son Goku was dead, but that didn't mean all his research was wasted. No, he himself never had any wishes for world conquest or domination. He was satisfied just being a scientist for the Red Ribbon Army until Son Goku took that from him. Guess he now had a new goal to take over the world. Looks like it wouldn't be very difficult either. Demon King Piccolo had mysteriously vanished. Nothing no longer stood in his path. Gero would rebuild the Red Ribbon Army greater than ever. Androids 19 and 20 appear and descends the world into utter chaos and despair once more. Gero recruits many like-minded individuals into his cause, like Commander Red's son Magenta and Mercenary Tao, but he chooses to leave his own family out of it. With that, we go all the way to the start of Dragon Ball Z. Raditz arrives on Earth. Utilizing his scouter, he goes towards the nearest highest power level. Raditz comes face to face with some sort of cyborg. This person was none other than Mercenary Tao, who had received significant powerful mechanical upgrades thanks to Dr. Gero. Raditz was disappointed. Kakarot didn't do his job, and he also couldn't sense Kakarot's power level either, which means Kakarot had failed and perished. Raditz laughs. He will have to pick up Kakarot's neck and destroy Earth in his stead. As Raditz and Tao square off, this is where we'll leave off for now. Will Raditz or Tao come out on top in this fight? And will Gero need to intervene? Well, these are questions we'll answer in the next part on Dragon Ball Z.